What's going on, people? Today is December 25th. Merry Christmas to you and your families. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. We're going to talk about VVS finance, man. I think there's a good, some healthy signs of reversal happening in terms of the price action. So we're going to talk about that and explain my theories to why I think that's going to happen and how the market is actually, starting. We talked about the past, I would say, 3 weeks ago about the EMA ribbons that we were looking at, and also waiting for the market to start speaking to us first, because that's what we got to do, right? We're all excited about the price action, but we want to see how the market actually thinks of VVS finance, and I really think that there's some good healthy signs. So make sure you stick till the end of the video, and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification icon so you can get notified every time I upload anything. And let's get right into it. So this is what I want to talk first. Let's just pull up the charts here. This is what we have for the chart for VVS finance. I'll just put this on full screen so you can see it properly, and I'll make myself a little bit smaller here. So this is what we got so far, right, guys? You guys remember, I'm looking at the 4-hour chart right now just to kind of gauge short term where everything is going to be at. And again, we'll switch to the daily chart just to kind of understand overall bigger picture what's happening. So what we see here, you guys remember from my previous videos, I had the EMA ribbon. You can tell here from the most recent, the local high that we've had so far, we're down 63% from it. So that's actually good, because how long do we really need to go down before sellers start to leave the market and buyers start to jump back in, right? From the all-time highs that we had here on the exchange, which I don't really take into account much, because there was almost no liquidity. When the liquidity is thin, when the order book is thin, the price fluctuates like crazy, and there was a lot of limits on the price action here, meaning not on the price action, but on how much you can actually buy and sell. So I don't really take this into account much, but just for the sake of the analysis, we're down 85% from that price region. So overall, you can see here, we've been talking about DMA for a while. Ever since, that's what I use to actually gauge the market, to gauge the healthiness, not the healthiness, like how healthy the uptrend or the downtrend is, and whether I'm about to have some sort of reversal or no. So this is what we're looking at so far. You can see here that whenever we start dropping below the MA ribbon, we go back above, close to it, and then we get rejected. Then we come back into it, and then we get rejected. And now it's almost confirmed that, hey, we are actually in a downtrend. We're having lower lows and lower highs as well. The price is not reaching the previous highs. Every time we come into the, we're below the EMA ribbon. Whenever we're below it, it acts like some sort of a magnet. You drop below, come back into it, repels you away, come back into and repels you all the way down again, until we reach some sort of a floor, some sort of a support zone, and that continued downtrend is not sustainable anymore. Sellers are outside of the market. Everybody farmed as much VVS as they can. These guys that want to come in, the big, whales that come in, just literally, they scout for new tokens that are coming up on whatever chain it is, whatever, blockchain we're looking at, whatever protocol we're looking at, and they basically just, farm and leave. So now we want to see how, if these guys are out of the way or no, which in my opinion, I really do think they are, taking into account that VVS Finance's yield farms are now below, it's closer to the closest, so it's below the 500% APY. At one point it was 32 million, so you can tell that a lot of dumping was gonna happen on the market. So you'll see here that we've been dropping now, not until now that we're actually, if you look here, every time we come close to the outer region of the ribbon, we get, dumped on right away, and now we're actually piercing through. So if you guys remember, if I do this here, you remember that in my previous video, I was talking about I'm waiting for this EMAs to start squeezing into each other, which is actually happening. If you see the distance from here to here is pretty far away, that's telling us that, hey, this is a downtrend. Forget about it, right? However, when it starts to point sideways a bit, that tells you that we're going to have some sort of stability, not stability, but the price action is going to idle for a bit, and we're going to wait to see, if the buyer is going to jump in or no. So now what it looks like to me so far is that this over here, we're pushing a lot more into the EMA ribbon, as more than we did before. So that's a healthy sign of a reversal. And overall, you'll see here that the volume, so you guys can tell how much I actually like looking at the volume. You'll see here the green and red bars are basically, the selling, and depending on the actual candle here. If it's a red candle, the volume is red. If it's a green candle, the volume is green. That tells us that there was more, the volume was more dominant, either from the buying or selling side. However, you'll see here that this purple line is just plotting the volume values and giving us a nice average. And you can see here, ever since we've kind of peaked out locally at this price region at the 1464, I'm not going to mention the zeros, the volume has been dropping heavily. And that's what I've been talking about in all my previous videos, that whenever we're seeing, a strong trend to the bottom like that or to the top, followed by the volume that's actually moving, the average volume actually decreasing along the way, that's telling you that overall, as we move down and down and down with the price action, that there's less and less interest in that current trend. A decreasing volume tells us that there's less interest in the current trend. And that's what we've been having. The current trend is a downtrend. The volume's been dropping. At one point here on December 22nd, the moving average was almost, at the zero. Now we don't have really a lot going on. And not until we actually reach this region over here, this buy zone we were talking about, the support zone we were talking about, where we expected buyers to start jumping into the market, we're seeing that the volume is starting to pick up. You'll see here, this is the orange line. Maybe I'll just so you'll see here, the green volume start to pick up a lot, which is nice, meaning that some buyers are actually trying to hold this price action. We'll see here that we're pushing into the EMA. It's very good signs overall. And the biggest part also as well, I don't really look too much at the indicators as of recently. I've been looking really at supply and demand for the most part. And you'll see here that this is the first, week where we're having 1, 2, 3, 4 days of some sort of continued, uptrend. And we're starting to, look at this previous low we had over here. Now we're kind of knocking against it, trying to see if the buyers can start to push against the resistance right above us. So we want to really see what's going to happen. And you can see here that the volume is starting to pick up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ever since December 20th, the volume is starting to pick up from the buyers. They're showing some signs that they're in the market, but we really need to wait and see. So this is us looking at the daily chart. You'll see that the MACD as well. The MACD is starting, is about to start crossing over to the upside, which is a first that we're going to have with VVS. And also, if you're looking at the actual RSI, you'll see here that we were in the sold region for a while, and now we're actually starting to peak back above it. So very, all the indicators are telling me that, hey, this is, there's some sort of reversal coming up. Overall, I really look heavily into the volume more than anything, but I take these indicators because I know the market also looks at these indicators as some sort of cherry on top, and they're also validating my theory or adding more, they're supporting my theory more and more. So far, I want to keep this video short. My criteria to what's going to happen right now, or how I would kind of assume or anticipate that there's some sort of reversal coming up, is the fact that here we're seeing that the EMAs are starting to squeeze, which is good. I want to see us fully on the 4-hour above those EMAs. I want to see some sort of a pump happening where we see the price action goes above like this, comes back down and finds support at these EMAs. And now I want to see whether now this is officially a VVS actually beating the EMA ribbon above, breaking that resistance, and now coming back down to retest it. And what we will start happening if this if the reversal starts to happen, we'll see that the EMA ribbon starts to look something like this. All these EMA starts to point upwards, and again, they'll start supporting the price action as VVS moves upwards as well. So we come back down, we go above, come back down, push up again, find some sort of resistance around this region over here, come back down, form some sort of a pattern over here, and then see if this EMA ribbon that we're having is actually going to support us all the way through this movement. So I'm pretty excited, to be honest. I think there's a reversal coming up, and we don't really get too excited. We're excited for VVS finance overall, but we also need to see the market speak to us first. We want to see what this is going to happen overall. The next big resistance, in my opinion, if this gets broken up, is somewhere around those regions over here, where we had a lot of accumulation, the distribution overall, and all these big whales start to dump on the market. The biggest resistance, in my opinion, is going to be somewhere around this region over here, that 12.7, and that's where the supply and demand, as you guys can see here, squeezed, and we start seeing some sort of a dumping happening ever since. So this is the region where I'm really expecting that's when the supply over at the top supplies the when people are selling, demand is when buyers are trying to buy. And whenever we reach an area where the supply and demand actually squeeze somewhere here, Now the buyers or the sellers have to make a move, and whoever makes that first move or looks like, is going to be a bit more dominant in the price action for the next month, that's the region where we need to focus on the most. So first off, the first thing we need to look at is this EMA ribbon. We want to see the next couple of days what's going to happen. I really want those EMAs to start flipping soon, like we talked before. I want this green to become in the bottom and the blue to become at the top. And then I want to start seeing that the price action moves away from this EMA ribbon and starts to come back down to find support at it. So I'm pretty excited. I'm seeing that the volume is starting to also pick up on shorter time frames. Let's see what's going to happen. If you look at maybe check the, if we go to the mines for VVS, we're seeing it as 456%. And more tokens are added to the market. But again, it's not in the thousands, which I really like, because there's no people that are coming in, putting in, 5K and, accumulating so much VVS. Yeah, it's almost doubles, triples, or quadruples they're holding, and then they go and dump it on the market. So I'm pretty excited for that. And I don't know about you guys, man, but I don't know if you guys seen this today. There's this a game with the Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets today at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think. And, it's being announced, man. I don't know if you guys saw it. This is the Lakers, this is the Crypto.com arena. And we're seeing here that, we're seeing something start to happen, man. A lot of people are going to start talking about Crypto.com. It's going to be the blue chip exchange. But not only that, we know that VVS Finance is also being backed natively by Crypto.com. If you guys watched my previous video, we're talking about how it's VVS Finance is the native swap on the Crypto.com DeFi wallet, which is amazing. That's telling us a lot about how much Crypto.com trusts VVS, and how much people are gonna start getting exposed to DeFi, lending and borrowing with Tectonic and all these different protocols. I think so things are going to be really good sometime soon here. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I just want to keep it a very quick video to update you on the price action. Let me know what you think in the comments below if you have any questions so we can address it. And, I'm thinking about making another video, man. So I'm another video today, see what maybe we'll talk about Crypto.com. It's been pushing up heavily the past couple of days. So maybe I'll make a video about that. Or let me know in the comment section below if there's anything specific in the Cronus chain that you want me to talk about. And stay smart, stay safe, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Christmas, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.